Hey, your legs are killing you. I need you to take a break.
Yeah, I agree. My legs need a break.
I don't think you're hearing me. I need you to take a break.
Yeah, I swear I'll do it.
You promise?
I promise.
Running this week was good. I put a lot of mileage on my legs, but I am exhausted. My knees are killing me, my legs are tired, and everything just generally kind of hurts. But I don't think it's bad hurts in the general typical way that it's been in the past, where it's been my knees will hurt and they stay hurt for a bunch of days. And that was what it was like in like the first week. But this last week has been pretty good. This past week, I ran 3.5 miles on Wednesday, took a rest day on Thursday and Friday, ran another 3 miles on Saturday. Then on Sunday, I hiked 3.5 miles, took a rest on Monday, and then ran 3.5 miles on Tuesday. So I've been getting in a bunch of my steps. This is the most I've run in a week ever. And my legs, they keep recovering. And I think there are multiple factors that play into this. One is that I've been doing yoga nearly every morning and really stretching my legs out. So I can do things like this, cross legged with no pain, and even stuff like this with relative no pain. And then there's other stuff like this, where I'm doing calf raises and leg step downs. And last but certainly not least is me working on my form. I've changed my form 3 different times in the past week. The first one, my first change was switching to make sure that my legs were falling directly underneath me and striking with my heels. That started to hurt a little bit, so I switched over to still landing underneath me, but hitting with the balls of my feet. And that worked really great. And I woke up the next day and I felt like I couldn't use my ankles. So then I switched to my most recent one, which I think might be what I use for the future. And the reason I think I'll use this for the future is because it feels much more natural to me while still not hurting my legs as much. So what I'm basically doing is incorporating what I've used in like the past couple of weeks of figuring out how to run, but not using those forms exactly. I want to use what feels natural and good to me because running while feeling unnatural is very tiring. You mess up your form a lot, and I think you're just trying to force your body into something that your body's not comfortable with. So I think it's good to know what your body feels comfortable with and what it's used to, and tweaking it to make sure that it fits how your body should be operating. So to just give you a thought process of what is going on in my mind when I'm running is I'm thinking about sitting down a little bit into a chair while I run. This might not make a ton of sense, but it basically keeps me from bouncing up and down like this on my run, which puts a lot of extra stress on my knees that I don't really need. So, what I'm trying to think of is sit down and just let my legs do the working. No more bouncing up and down, and just let my legs go forward and back. And that idea has actually been something that's been in my head for a long time, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. I thought it was supposed to be something where you just like changed the way your legs kicked, and so I was trying to change. I was like, all right, maybe on the balls of my feet, maybe on the heels of my feet, maybe let them be underneath me more. And it didn't really work for me. So I had to really like just keep messing with my form every single day. And what I figured out was if I am able to, I can still let my legs go a little bit forward, but don't let them go too forward, and then have a bend in my leg as it hits the ground. It doesn't put that extra jolt on my knee that it normally would. So here's what it actually looks like from the side angle. Normally, I was running like this, standing straight up and going like this. And so when I would strike, I would either strike like this with my legs straight, or when I'd land underneath, I'd go like this and land kind of straight up and down with my leg stiff when it would hit. And this, when it's stiff and it hits, it's very jolting, and there's nowhere for like there's no give. There's no give at all. So what I figured out was if I go like this, and instead of like imagining myself standing and running, I imagine myself sitting and running a little bit. I relax my back a little bit, relax my legs and my hips, and I sit down a little bit. And now I imagine running, and this is what my leg looks like. It's like this. You see, like when my leg naturally hits the ground, it's hitting like this. Now it doesn't look like much, but that's a lot of white. There's a slight bend in the leg, which has really helped me. It activates my quad when it normally hasn't. So this is super exciting. So basically, my thought process behind it is that the more my quads are actually activated and the less pressure I put on my knees, the quicker I will be able to recover. Because Your muscles are what can recover fast, not your ligaments and tendons. Those things, if you hurt them, you're out of commission. You can no longer run. You have to wait a little while. You have to let them heal. But your muscles, they're meant to be able to take this stuff. That's why you work out and your muscles get stronger and bigger. So the more I can activate my muscles, the better. And that is why I am sitting down into my stance and letting my leg hit the ground at an angle. So all that pressure then goes into my quads, then kick a little bit with my hamstrings. I'm not super focused on that yet. That'll most likely be this next week. What I need to do is learn how to really push off and get into my stride. And then that's the other thing. This form is actually natural to me. It feels good. It feels fluid. It feels like I could do it really fast. It's something that I feel like I can scale up to go faster and faster, because this last time I went, I think I went at like a 9:30 pace. I think I can scale it up to like 8:30 or 8, or maybe way down the line 7:30. The other forms that I was doing, it felt really awkward and clunky. And I think I got it down to 9 minutes. No, not even 9 minutes. I think I got it down to 9:30, a mile. And that is pretty much as fast as I felt I could go without it hurting, which is how I actually found out this new method. So I was running like with the old method, and then my partner was like, "All right, let's speed up." And I tried doing that, and my legs just started killing me. My knees, I was like, "Oh my gosh, this hurts so bad." Switched over to the other form, sat down into it, tried to not let my head move, cycle my legs back and forth, bend my knees, and I was able to push off. And I was flying, and it didn't hurt with no pain. This is so exciting. It feels good that this is all working out and starting to click for me. I'm starting to heal a little bit faster. I'm still able to do my runs. I'm not missing days anymore. Today, I'm going to go for an easy 1 to 2 mile run, see how my legs feel. But my legs feel great today. Post 3.5 mile run yesterday. That is something that I've not been able to do for a long, long time. So it's really exciting being able to feel like this, and it's giving me the confidence that I can actually do a marathon. So it's really exciting. It feels a lot really good. This next week, I'm gonna try not to miss any runs. If I have to for rest, I will. But if I don't, I'm gonna try to run every single day. And the runs are starting to get a little bit higher. Today would have normally been 3 miles, or yesterday would have been normally 3 miles, and then it's 3.5. My long run this weekend, I think, will be 5 miles. So we'll see how it all works out, see how it feels. Crossing my fingers, but until then, I will see you next week, and hopefully next week I have some cool stuff to report to you. Bye.